Hello and welcome to Crypto News. Today is August 28th, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. And we move straight to our ETFs, where the Bitcoin ETF numbers are not impressive. With full data from August 26th, we have inflows of $88 million. On August 27th, without BlackRock, we are up to $30 million in inflows. In contrast, the spot Ethereum ETF is showing much more interest, thanks to BlackRock, which has put the vacuum cleaner in operation. Specifically, on August 26th, BlackRock's spot Ethereum ETF saw inflows of $323 million. As a result, the day closed with total inflows of $455 million. On August 27th, without BlackRock and one other firm, we are at $44 million in inflows. And speaking of ETFs, we move on to the Solana ETF, which doesn't have a lot of numbers. However, the same company that launched this Solana ETF is now planning to launch a spot BNB ETF with staking. Using the same trick they've used, it won't require SEC approval and could launch quickly, like Solana. Now, how much interest it will attract, I have no idea. Moving on, we move on to a company for today, Metaplanet. Its board of directors voted in favor, and it will raise $880 million to buy Bitcoin. Moving on to Google's Layer 1. Of course, Google will have its own blockchain. Specifically, we go to Google Cloud Universal Ledger, a new blockchain that has been in development for several years. According to the latest information, this blockchain will use the Python programming language for its smart contracts. Python is a widely used programming language, one of the most popular and easy to learn. Especially for new developers, it makes it easier for Google to attract developers. This particular Layer 1 is intended to be used as an open infrastructure for financial institutions. As you can see, it is aimed at Circle customers and XRP, since we are talking about institutional investors. Google Blockchain has already partnered with US derivatives exchange operator CME Group to test pilot solutions for tokenized assets using this blockchain. We don't have any more details yet, but in the coming months, they have stated that they will give us more information. So essentially, this is Google's own closed blockchain, which is currently aimed at institutions. Now, moving on to stablecoins and tokenization, we go to Aave, which is launching Horizon. Horizon allows stablecoin loans backed by tokenized US Treasury bonds and institutional funds. For example, BlackRock's tokenized capital can be used to obtain a loan thanks to Horizon. Some big players such as Circle, VanEck, Chelling, and WisdomTree are supporting this institutional effort, which will operate 24/7, which means it will never close. This represents the future of financial markets, which should not have to close like they do today on Saturdays or only operate for a few hours a day. Moving on, it's time for XRP, which has one of the few partnerships we've seen with a project in China. Specifically, Chinese fintech company Linklogis has partnered with XRP Ledger. This partnership will allow the company to develop payment applications, if I understand correctly, on the XRP network. And this is a step that aims to scale the adoption of blockchain for cross-border regulations and money transfers from country to country. To put it simply, this is a new partnership that XRP, which is a US currency, has entered into with a company based in China. A rare one. Moving on, we'll go to a bank called VersaBank, which is also testing tokenization. Specifically, VersaBank is a Canadian digital bank, and it's starting to test so-called tokenized deposits, which the bank says are more secure than stablecoins. It has launched a pilot program that aims to process thousands of small value exchanges within the bank and with various partners. With the help of blockchain, Ethereum, Algorand, and Stellar. We want to see how well things go, because some of these blockchains may end up being used permanently by the bank. Moving on, we turn to Hyperliquid, where many accuse whales of manipulating the protocol. Specifically, there are 4 whales, or 4 big players, who managed to manipulate prices, resulting in the disappearance of $4.59 million. In these moves, they earned $47.5 million after they managed to inflate the plasma coin launched by Hyperliquid, shooting it up by 200% in just a few minutes, up to $1.80. Apparently, many positions that had predicted that the coin would fall were automatically liquidated. For this reason, many users lost money, and many accuse Hyperliquid of having too many whales acting as they please. It should be noted, however, that neither Hyperliquid had a problem with its algorithm, nor was what the whales were doing illegal. It's an open market where everyone acts freely. However, Hyperliquid will introduce new safeguards after this incident. We don't know the details yet, but they have said that measures will be taken. Moving on to video games, we'll go to Football Fan, which is essentially a project on Ethereum's level 2 base. In this game, you can open a pack of cards and win cards with player jerseys, which are NFTs, so they can be traded. In just a few weeks, the trading activity on these jersey NFTs has increased tenfold since August 12th, if I understand correctly. So this is a video game that is attracting a lot of attention these days. And for the latest news of the day, we will refer to a project that aims to upgrade games to Solana. Specifically, Play Solana is a project that wants to build a portable device to play video games that support the Solana blockchain. It was announced that Play Solana Gen 1 will be released on October 6th. In addition, this project will launch a limited NFT collection that allows a group of 2,000 holders to gain immediate access to various privileges. Thus, Solana will also have its own platform for blockchain-based games. And now it's time to look at our favorite cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin is trading around $111,000 to $112,000. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is August 28th, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.